Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be working on my abandoned Maserati. I say it's abandoned. It's been my car about 5 years, and well, it's made me so angry and broken down so many times. I've only been able to put 1 tank of gas in this car. That's how little miles I have on it, and it breaks every time. We've done the clutch, we've done the water pump, we've done everything. I knew better than to buy this car, but I just couldn't help it. So we put a clutch in it recently, and we're still having some problems with F1 shifting. Steve's gonna work on that today, and he can explain to you exactly what and why he's doing with the flappy things that make it go click, click, clank, and hopefully I can drive this car home today.
All right, so the F1 transmission in the Ferrari, the transmission that's in the Aston Martin, they're all basically a robotized version of a manual transmission. Literally, it is a literal manual gearbox.
I think what Steve was actually saying is, to simplify this, these are gonna make the flappy paddles go clink, 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 so the engine will go vroom, and I can drive and smile. So.
Exactly, that's the goal. The gears flap and Dad's happy.
Happy dads?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually scan this car to see if it's fixed. It's already showing signs that it's fixed. Before we start taking anything apart, let's find out if there isn't actually anything wrong.
What do you mean, Steve?
Well, so for me to open up the door for the pump to prime, certain faults are already not present. I'm not 100% hopeful, but like I'm already seeing signs that like as much bleeding as we did, it just wasn't enough.
So this is one of the negative sides of Maserati ownership. On the Facebook groups, everybody says what fantastic cars they are and they never break and they put 90,000 miles on them and never had a check engine light. We are all liars, except for me, because I'll tell you what a POS these cars are. The funniest thing about Maseratis, especially the Quattroports, is the owners like to say, it's the Ferrari powertrain. I mean, yes, technically it is, but it's not. It's way tuned down. It's not exactly the same as in the F430s. It's, you know, red line of 6,000, not 6,800. I mean, it's completely different. You don't drive a Ferrari, your car's a piece of shit, I accept that. As far as I'm concerned, it's a lot like dating a stripper. You could be having a great time, looks great, take her out, buy her some new shoes, sweet talk her, take her out to dinner, driving down, sitting at a stoplight, all of a sudden she throws a fit. Starts slapping at you, screaming at you, jumps out of the car, makes a scene in the middle of the street. It's like driving one of these, dating a stripper. I absolutely admire your knowledge on these things. I mean, I can pay for all the equipment to do whatever we need to do, but without your knowledge, I'd be lost. We'd still be working on old Corvettes.
It's even cooler when it works.
Ran our calibration test for it to do the auto shifting. Steve's just looking at the numbers now. Before, when we put the first set of solenoids in it last week, we weren't able to complete this test. Well, today it went to the 3/4 shift and it kicked out with no errors and no faults, but today it actually completed it. So it looks like letting it set over the week, maybe air bled out of the system on its own or what have you. This is the first time we've been able to complete the test since repair, and this is a really good sign. As long as these numbers match up, we'll give the pump a second to cool down. We'll do one more test, and if that does it, then we're golden.
That solenoid body that we have on the table, connects and sits on the back of the transmission, and all those braided lines go up to the actuator, they go up to the clutch valve. The thing that people gripe about is that like when you put it in automatic mode or you're driving slowly, but these things are great. Like they're not meant to be babied. As long as you're driving it hard and manual, it's fine. But when you want to cruise to go get like your non-soy latte, no, it's never meant to do that. It will never do that well. You're gonna need a dual clutch for that. But like to just drive hard, perfect car.
So we had a little setback. Steve successfully ran all the tests, all the parameters, everything looked good. It was holding pressure. We start the car up, go to shift it into first and get an immediate transmission fault. And now we are losing pressure internally in the F1 system, which we weren't before. It's kind of crazy because it ran all the tests successfully and now it's losing like a bar per minute, and that's pretty extreme. We're not losing anything on the floor, which means something's losing it internally. Somebody bumped my car outside, Steve. Never noticed that. You know I'm pretty anal about my cars. I'm gonna blame Paul. I'm sure he did it. Yeah. Can you just check to make sure we got power going to the fuel pump, and if I need to put a pump in it or save me. I've been trying to sell this thing for 3 years and it's just been sitting. I think the fuel pump's just underneath. 2 years we've had this Jeep, rebuilt every inch of it. I haven't tried real hard to sell it because I really like it. Never had an issue with it starting. Somebody comes by yesterday, wants to test drive it. They're gonna come back today with their wife at 1. It won't start. No, there's no gas in this thing. Jesus Christ. You wanna go to the gas station for me?
Yeah. I think it's the programming. I think it lost all its learned settings. I've done this with Marco numerous times because the battery cable has not been properly seated.
Let me grab my coat.
Okay. It's losing everything.
So it lost its memory for the programming?
Yeah.
That's why the pump's not activating. So essentially what happened with this one, ran out of gas. Battery cable was not connected tight, battery went low, EFI system lost its programming. Somewhat user-friendly and simple to program. Antonio and I haven't done them. Marco was really good at them. I'll just have the customer wait to look at this till we're able to reprogram it, have Marco do it, that way I know it's right and we don't have any issues. Fun times of being a business owner.
Start with the door, get those lined up as best as we can.
Okay.
And then start doing fitment on the...
Okay. To do the fenders, I think you have to drop the side skirts. You don't have to worry about putting the side skirts back on because the body kit comes with new ones.
Okay.
What's wrong with my seats, man? Took my seat, man. I still got the most important seat right here. I'm gonna strip the rest of it. This fine Corinthian leather. Looks like trash. This is still my vote. Please help me get this. It's kind of nifty. Not too shabby. I guess these two would be it. This is comfortable.
Is that how the fuck? What the hell? I don't think that's a factory hinge.
I guess go look at the other side.
No, the other side does not have that. Quick release.
So you can blow the doors off quicker. A little,
You got the Paul Walker ejector seat there?
Yep.
Too fast, too furious.
I'm just furious. Just furious. Why don't people do things right?
Well, remember, this is the third time this car has been rebuilt from a total, and the first time it's been done right. People suck.
My little Vegas skirt.
Wow, kind of like this.
Right?
Where's that quick release door handle, or hinge?
This is just hanging in there. Your Home Depot special.
Okay. This hinge right here, if you haven't shown it already, when you're buying a car that's salvaged, you really need to have an inspection done because this is the kind of unsafe shit somebody does. This is Home Depot hardware. This is not a door pin. This is not, I don't want to say this is unsafe, but like, this is not good at all. I mean, now if this was on a Lambo, and with the pivoting doors that go up and you know, you're planning on going 200 miles an hour, this would be just fine. Just fine. McLaren, you know, I'm sure Tavares would approve of this kind of repair on a McLaren.
Yeah, most definitely.
But this is a Bentley and that door weighs like 400 pounds. That's just not an open and smooth closing thing. I'll go sit in the office and get on eBay and find a door hinge. Do you have all your nuts for this side? Because we didn't take this side apart. So Ben gave his official 2-week notice yesterday. He's got that job at that place in Utah. Good for him, it's a good opportunity for him. I couldn't justify spending $1,000 plus shipping on a door for a 2-hour dent. And it's not on a body line, so they won't have any issues. When you're putting on 2 different colors like this, the panel gaps look so bad,
Yeah, they
even if they're square on. So no, you're right where you're supposed to be. You're right on the corner here.
Okay.
You know, when you open your door, your front edge here is making it. It's what's making it look ugly is the mismatched color and this right here. But your gap is fine. And I don't know, but I think we might have to take them off to do the lights, anyways.
Yeah.
But at least we know we got a good squared fit. Oh yeah, good gap. Can't wait till we do our wrap.
Rappa.
I
I'll be on the crappa.
I haven't divulged our full plan yet, but I got with our wrap guy, showed him what I wanted. He's working on a rendering for me. Once I have the rendering, I'll make sure and share it on the channel. We're going with something you and I have talked about a little bit.
Okay.
So
Okay. So this is gonna be super fun.
it is going to be super fun. We're just waiting on parts. Waiting on the body kit is the biggest thing. I mean, one, I had to spend, well, the kit was only $2,500, but then it was $3,500 to ship it, you know, and you got $1,000 for a used hood, $1,000 for a used grill. I sold my SL63 with the intent of putting it all into here. The drunk Jason bought a CLS, went on a cruise, did some other stuff, and didn't buy any car parts. But we'll be okay. We'll get there. Car is not for resale. This car is going to be a flagship of the channel with all our graphics and everything on it, and this is going to be a wild one, and it's going to be an attention getter. I would have kept the Aston, but I mean, I'm 140 grand in that car. There's just no way I can justify keeping it. Well, working on cars and taking on the challenges that we do, the types of cars, types of challenges we take, not every day goes as smooth as planned. We're out of time for the day for filming. Steve and I are going to continue to work on the Maserati. Got to order some door hinges for the Bentley, so that kind of held us back. But you know what? Every day is progress, and we made good progress today. A few steps forward, a few steps back. At least we're getting there. So thanks for sticking around, and hope you like our videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.